Legendary teams, major players, and electrifying tactical action are back in CSGO Regional Major Rankings 2021. From June 27th till July 4th, 10 teams will clash in the thrilling showdown for the prize pool of $100,000 and slots at the PGL Major Stockholm 2021. Who will win more rounds? Who will show the most furious play? And who will claim the major prize? Find out at the CSGO Regional Major Rankings 2021. And don't forget to reload.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to day 3 of the StarLadder CIS RMR. My name is Dinko, joined by Hawker for this one, and we are getting into what is going to be a very good day of Counter-Strike, Hawker. But before we do that, how are you feeling coming into this?
I'm feeling good, Dinko. I think we're going to have some good games on our hands today. I'm just hoping that we get to see some good Counter-Strike from all the teams. Because so far, it's been pretty solid, but there have been some mistakes in there. I'd love to see, now we're getting deeper into the tournament, I want to see every team ramping it up.
Well, we've seen lots of impressive matchups throughout the day, and they're all fighting for these RMR points. And it's so closely contested in the CIS region, we can take a look at those standings right now. We'll do this every day just to remind you, new viewers coming in, to tell you how things are shaping up. Right now, Team Spirit at the top of the rankings after all of their success in the RMRs before. They've got 1,780 points. Just 100 points behind, though, is Na'Vi, and 80 points is the difference between Gambit and Na'Vi. So those matches are going to be incredibly important. Virtus.pro in 4th place, matched on points of Gambit, but they look rough coming into this tournament. It's time to see if they can figure that out. And Akuma, well, they have just gone off the face of the earth right now. This is Entropiq, and 4 is coming back up the ladder, looking to try and get in those top 5 spots. It really is opening up now. I think VP are not really that comfortable. Akuma certainly not. So we have got Entropiq and 4 that are looking to try and move up into those top spots.
And even a team like 100 Ping Gods, who don't have any points, will be trying to get themselves into the running. And so far, they've been able to surprise us and been able to prove to us they're actually going to be in with a chance of getting one of those top spots in their group.
And K23, again, another team we're looking at, they're up there. They've got 950 points. We'll get to see them a little bit later on. And I think they're a team that does excite me, and sometimes I think we've seen them yesterday. When they're looking good, they really can make a meal out of the games. They can bring it close to pretty much everybody. But it's we're going to take a look at the groups and see how things are faring, because we have had a lot of action over the last 3 days and a lot of rounds, because we've run 2 streams, the A stream and the B stream, and we've had so much action unfold. We're starting to see this board really fill up now. Topping Group A is Gambit. They've taken 2 wins. They looked very convincing yesterday. We got to see them here on the secondary stream against Akuma. Na'Vi have shown up to the tournament as well, taking the 3 points and a win yesterday, but they were playing today against Akuma, and it looks like it's going to be just straight up losses for Akuma right now over in Group A, Hawk. It's not really looking so great for them.
Yeah, not even winning a map. I mean, at least Namiga, for example, have had some close series against some top competitors, but for Akuma, it has not been going their way. Meanwhile, over in Group B, Team Spirit always seem to show up when it matters in these RMR events. They've done it again up until this point. They've got 2 wins on the board, and they already got that win against Entropiq. So they're looking good towards the top, and then everyone else has an opportunity here today to show us that they can be in the running over in that group. But to begin with, we're going to be focusing on this K23 Entropiq game over in Group B. And these are 2 teams that right now haven't had the best starts to the events. Entropiq at least have that 1 win under their belt, but they're a team who will be looking to get towards the top. So I think this is pretty important for Entropiq to prove to us they will be one of those teams fighting for that spot in the playoffs.
I think from the day 1 performance of Virtus.pro, I think Entropiq are the team that are poised to take the 2nd spot in this group if they can keep this up, especially because we've seen on the schedule that the 2nd game of the day will be Team Spirit versus Virtus.pro, arguably Team Spirit's biggest rival in the group, but with the performance of the day 1, it didn't look so hot for them. But we're hopping right into this one, Entropiq versus K23. We can take a look at the roster of the Kazakhstani side. They've got 2 Russians in here as well, in Norbert and Fame. We talk about Norbert, we know Adren and Mo, who is having a good tournament, but it's Fame yesterday that we want to talk about a little bit more, because when he has those rounds, Hawker, Fame can really impress us.
Yeah, and when you watch Fame against some of the lesser competition, I think he really shines and shows us those rounds much more frequently. He's great in those anchor spots. Against the top teams, it hasn't come through anywhere near as consistently yet, though. So we're waiting for him to press on and show us if he can do that against these top teams. Meanwhile, for Entropiq, surprisingly, their highest rated player so far in this tournament has been Nickelback, who's normally not who you'd look to. Elian then has also been having a good tournament, but I think for the Entropiq guys, they'll just be hoping they can come through with another win here today. And you can see the previous matchups against these two teams, a couple of close maps in there, but generally Entropiq tend to get the better of K23 as of late.
Entropiq is certainly the favorite team coming into this matchup, but as you can see on your screen, a lot of close maps. I mean, K23 are playing pretty well. I think if we come out of the closed qualifier, I probably would have said if I seen this matchup on day one, I would have said Entropiq should be taking this easily. They should be taking this 2-0. I don't think K23 are in great form, but I think from that last match in the closed qualifier, Mo started playing really well, and it hasn't really stopped. I think K23 have actually looked fantastic in this tournament so far, so I'm really looking forward to seeing if they can keep that up. But we're going to hop into the map Vito. Vertigo coming out as the ban for K23. We've seen it on the previous head-to-heads that didn't go so well for them, so they're getting rid of that as quickly as possible.
Yeah, K23 are in a kind of a tough spot here because they have two maps that they're not great at. They've been switching their permaban a bit between Vertigo and Nuke, so they have to leave one of those open, and Entropiq are good on both of those maps. Now we get Entropiq getting rid of Inferno, normally the map they ban, and we get K23 picking Dust2. Now that is a surprise to me, Dinko. Normally we've seen them pick Overpass or Inferno, two maps which they've been really good on as of late. High win rate on Inferno, high amount of maps played on Overpass, but they go for the Dust2, and I don't even see this as a punish pick because this is a pretty good map for Entropiq. I guess Entropiq have been taking a couple of losses on Dust2 as of late, but still a really surprising pick for me to see. And then Entropiq just come in with that Nuke pick, which I think should be almost a guarantee for them. I think K23 have not looked good on that map. Entropiq have looked pretty solid on it, but then Overpass as the decider, K23 will probably be pretty happy with, but it's a question of whether we're going to get there in the first place.
If we do get to that third map, I think it opens up into a very close competitive series. But for Entropiq, I do see a world in which they 2-0 this now, looking at the Vito. Dust2, yeah, they've had some losses recently, but that feels like a recency bias map pick. It's kind of looking at the results they've had against the 100 ping gods, maybe seeing that as a scary loss, but 100 ping gods are gods on Dust2. They've got Smiley on the team, for God's sake. So, I mean, that's not a bad loss. And Spirit, they're a fantastic Dust2 team. So I think K23 going to be some recency bias here. We know they can play the map, but Dust2, I'm never a fan of it as a pick.
Yeah, I guess part of the reason why K23 go for this is because they're confident they can get Overpass as the decider. They know that they probably force Entropiq to ban Ancient in that second rotation. So that could be part of the reason why. But I almost at that point would say, you know what, maybe you do just go with the Ancient pick if you want to go ahead and see if you can find a punish pick or find something that your opponents might be weak on. But I guess they want to go with something that they're at least somewhat comfortable on, so they go for the Dust2, and I'm not 100% convinced by it, but you never know. Sometimes these underdogs just seem to come in and they're a bit more warmed up, they're a bit more ready for the matchup, and on Dust2, that can make a huge difference.
We talked about the good starts the teams have been getting in this tournament yesterday. We see them go 6-1 up, the underdog team, and then suddenly it's not enough for the favorite team to come back into that map and have to do in the rest of the series. We've seen that yesterday for Team Spirit, right? They had a very slow start into their first map, and from that point, yeah, they warmed up towards the end of the map, but they already lost such a significant amount of rounds at the beginning that it just made it such a difficult phase to come back into. So they did make it a little harder for themselves, and I think Dust2 definitely sets itself up for that. But Entropiq, I've been confident in this team for quite some time. I think the recent performances we've seen from them really show me that there's a lot of work going into this team, because you can visibly see the improvements from tournament to tournament. They've got a good system in behind them. I think they've got a lot of good players for the roles that fit the team. And like you said, we have Nickelback, who's usually one of the players that is more of a laid-back supportive element, maybe not really taking the big spots on the team, maybe not finding the most impact, and he's playing really well. So when you have a player overperforming than his usual performance or what we expect from him, that's just an extra bonus on top of this Entropiq team. And we see the teams with depth in the CIS region generally do quite well. If you rely too much on one player, it can become an issue, but Entropiq have Krad, Forrester, they've got Nickelback performing well. You've got so many players in this team that can deliver rounds for you. So I'm really looking forward to seeing if Entropiq can come in and make a statement here today and show us a good win against K23, because they're not an easy team to take down. We've seen that in this tournament so far.
Yeah, I think Elian's probably been the consistent piece of the puzzle for them too. Even at this event, he's the one-star player who's still playing maybe slightly worse than you'd expect him to, numbers-wise, but I think in terms of impact, he's been doing about what you want from him on that AWP. It's been some of the other players that have been a little lacking, but I think, as you pointed out, if Nickelback can keep up that level of form, it's only a matter of time before some of these teammates show up into this tournament. They've got a lot of skill on this roster, and let's see if this Dust2 pick from K23 is going to be able to outskill Entropiq. They're going to have a tough time doing so. They're on the T side to begin with and already taking damage.
There's a smoke up on Xbox, and Krad is going to try and play on the edge of it, but unlucky for Krad, he goes down to the Glock of Norbert. Itchy goes in soaring and gets its trade kill. That's a 44, and I like this position from Nickelback, but look how ready they are for it. Mo taking him out, but Nealon goes down to Adran. He was blinded and wildly spamming through the smoke and takes out his teammate. So cannibalism on the server and the pistol. But Entropiq now sending their 2 remaining players back up cap. Bombs getting planted inside of the A site. And they're not wasting any time. They've even got a kit on the back of Forrester, but they're running down into the site, trying to force these fights, trying to force these openings into the retake. I think K23 have done a very good job of just delaying, allowing this flank from Mo to come in, and he gets both. 3K in the pistol. K23 will be very happy about that.
And of course, it's Mo who shows up early for the K23 side. I really wasn't sure what to expect from Mo coming into this tournament. I was kind of concerned when he was going to be coming up against so many CIS teams who have such strong AWPers, right? You look down the list of this tournament, there are so many good AWPers in the field, in the CIS region in general. And Mo was coming into this tournament maybe in slightly weaker form than most of the other AWPers here, but he's been super impressive so far for K23. Probably their best player so far in this tournament, alongside Norbert. And I'm just glad to see Mo coming back and showing us what he can do. Nice pistol round from him. They have to deal with this force buy from Entropiq, though.
Oh, Nealon. Brilliant headshot up to the back of Goose. Elian is taken out of play. And Nickelback picking up the scout off his fallen teammate. He's able to get one out of it, but the rest of his teammates falling as well to Nealon. We're just not stopping in this one, making them bend the knee. Krad is really expecting a mid player to come out here. He's not too far off the mark. A play out to his left side, just holding from suicide. Krad about to fight into the barrel of Norbert, who's trying to get a couple out of this. Those are the last 2 remaining players are. Just hasn't been able to get those kills. Luckily, Fame will come and help him. And this round looking to come to a close very quickly. K23 getting a clean round to follow up. And we've seen a lot of these second round force buys working out for teams in this tournament so far. You know, K23, a team that definitely need a good start into this. We talked about how the underdogs come in, and if they get off to a fantastic start and get a lot of rounds early, that can sometimes be enough to get you the map win. K23 have definitely got off to a brilliant start. Gonna see Entropiq down to pistols here. So it should be the 3-0 lead coming in for K23.
I love that Nealon shoots the scout back towards the bomb on the site so that it doesn't get exploded to any CT randomly. It's just going to get blown into the corner. There's no way for them to save it on that CT side. And I think for K23, having this individual form early is a real key for their success in this series and a real win condition for them here. I think they're one of those teams who probably need to have the better individuals to have a good chance in this series. They rely on their individuals a lot. Elian's fought back though. P250 up close. They weren't ready for it, but surely he can't get any more. Finally, Fame trades him out. A valiant effort from Elian with just the P250, but I don't think it's going to lead to a round win.
Get a headshot from Nealon. Elian getting 2, but yeah, like you said, not really going to inspire enough for the round win. This must be a new USP skin. I have not seen this one before, Hawker. What about you? You seen this one?
I feel like I may have. I don't know. I'm not someone who keeps track of skins that much, Dinko. You know me.
True, true. Nickelback definitely looks like he's rocking this red combo. So, man of fashion. And a dead man as well. Imagine getting glocked at that range.
Yeah, that kind of sucks.
Oh, it was good stuff, though, from Elian. That spot is so strong for those kind of scenarios. You even see it with those deagle body shots. Just trying to get out B when you're focusing on the back platform or under window. You can often just get taken out from that spot. But here comes the buy for Entropiq. They've got the AWP out for Elian and 4 M4A4s. No A1S. How are you feeling about that, Hawker?
I'm fine with it. I like the A4. Nickelback already falls back to Pit, though. He may need some assistance. There are players nearby on long. That nade should be good. Oh, yes. Nealand's out of the round. More damage being done as Nickelback tries his best. He's so low on health. That molly's going to keep him in the pit. Another molly comes through, and eventually they're going to get him.
Yeah, just burning him out, making it real uncomfortable, turning up the heat. And that's going to force the disease out. Slowing down the play. Entropiq with 3 at long. Really a strong defense over here. The anti-long setup. No real control anywhere else, right? They're not getting info in middle. They're not getting info on B. So I wonder how long they're going to feel comfortable holding this setup for. If the T's start to give them info, though, they might not need to change it up. And that's the jump around the corner. Lackey, here's it coming through and gets the line up 2 for him. Fame and Norbert, though, doing good work. And they've turned it into a 1v1. 40 seconds left. Fame decides to pick up the ult, but this might just work out. Forrester's head spotted. No shot landing, though, for Fame. More of a rifler. As displayed by his 3K in this round. But he feels like the op's the good weapon for the post plant here. He'll throw the Molotov in towards short. That's the right call, but Forrester throws the HE. Doesn't do that much damage. Lands on the other side of the boxes. Forrester has not got a kit, so he's made this quick rotation down in towards CT spawn, but he's got to move. There's no utility. He does spot that the cross has not come through and might just get this kill. The peek out from Fame. He did not expect that player to be so close at CT right away. And Forrester, it's the decisiveness in his decision-making that allows for the round win.
Yeah, he just moves in straight away. Fame trying to peek all the way into CT, but Forrester was further up than he expected. That's a nice way to get their first round win on the board. Nickelback had a really hard time here in the pit. That was a rough spot to be in. At least he got that 1 kill early, but just everything being thrown at him to get him out of that position. To his credit, he baited out a lot of the nades from the T side. Here comes round number 5, though. Both teams back onto the buys. We'll get to see which AWP is going to be able to strike early in this one. Elian's got aggressive on towards short, while Mo is currently sitting with his teammates out towards a long. That means Norbert's alone on the lurk, but Nickelback blinded, and this time he's alone.
Oh, and he's been cleared quickly. Nealon's headshot delivers the lethal blow for K23, but Krad and Elian not letting it slide. As Krad's aggressive play into mid and Elian's tight peek at long has delivered those reply kills. And that puts Entropiq into a far more comfortable position of the 4v3. You see Adran's immediate call is to try and figure out, is there any control towards B? Is there any opening we've got? And when Entropiq lean heavy A, they don't really look to take control back into B. They don't really take tunnels control or mid control. They just sit back and they wait for K23 to come to them. So, getting a lot of info here, Adran. He's pushed through the tunnels and now goes into lower. There's a player up at short, and that is Krad, who's still up there. Comes down to the fight whether or not Adren can win it on your right-hand side. Spots the head, now starts to duel. It's very difficult to fight Krad when you can only see his head. So Adren's going to try and force the Molotov to get Krad into short and buy some time for Adren to change up his position. He's going to try and help the match short, but K23 in the meantime have got themselves up long. They start to walk forward. Nealon tries to crack open the defense again. He has to be successful here in these kills, and luckily he's got Famin behind him, doing a lot of work with that orb. And now Nealon's chance is looking good as Lackey hits the deck on the A site, and everything for Entropiq is starting to be questioned. There's 10 seconds left. Bomb plant needs to come in. Adren's got the kill. The bomb's gone down for him at long as well. And Nealon just stays alive inside of the site. They know where Krad is. There's no kit on him. There's no smoke. And Nealon again with a brilliant and beautiful round. 3 kills and a round for K23.
It was a great shot from Forrester initially, which looked like it was going to give Entropiq a chance, but K23 had players in position, ready to make sure they could trade it out. And then you're scared for Nealon at the end there when he's that low on health. You think a stray bullet might land through the box from Krad, and that would have been enough to finish him off and give a real chance for Entropiq in the round. But Nealon plays it safe behind the box and then goes for the wide swing at a nice time, taking a headshot angle so that he's harder to hit. Nice work from Nealon to close it out. He started this game pretty strong. Entropiq have started this game pretty slow. They've got to go back down to pistols. And even though they've been making these rounds competitive, it always sucks on the CT side when you do lose a bunch of early rounds like this. You're going to be falling behind. It's unlikely you get much done in this one. That boost already being toppled. Nickelback will try and go back for more, and despite landing a nice headshot, Fame was there for the close range trade.
Oh, not the good Molotov there for Norbert. Just got out of dodge as well, because that top mid flank came in quickly from Krad. So Norbert getting into the lower tunnel might just keep him alive. He might actually be able to get away with a couple of kills here as well. One of the weaker weapons. I don't know if he spotted the arm of Krad there. Norbert gets back anyway. He doesn't hang around, doesn't put himself in a vulnerable position. And Krad has actually got an AK-47 now to play with, so likely just to try and back off and save that one. You can see that's immediately what he's doing all the way near spawn. So another round here for K23. One that you definitely expected him to pick up. But 5-1. We are starting to see that reality come through. We talked about the underdog coming out and getting this strong start, 5-1, potentially even 6-1 up. It does make it quite difficult now for Entropiq. You don't get this comfortable start. You've got to really start having a flawless CT half if you want to walk away comfortably. The Krad, he would love to save this AK. He's going to get it into the next one. So 5-1. K23 have impressed me again. They're just a pretty good team. That's all it is. They're just really solid individuals, and I don't think anybody is going to feel that comfortable against the likes of K23 in this tournament. They've got a mix of young players and the experience, and when the experience is showing up, you've got Mo, who's just been really good so far, and Fame, who's having a good day. And we talked about him in the pregame, so this gun round is not going to be easy for Entropiq, but they desperately need to win it.
They've got the 2 orbs out to try and make that difference. Smoke deployed there by the CTs. That will normally group up with a T-side smoke if they go for the smoke on the corner, so you can cross safely, but not needed because K23 haven't put any pressure on A long early. Entropiq have been getting the long control in the majority of these rounds. Nickelback yet again can lock down that area of the map. That means Elian's AWP is allowed to focus on short in what is a pretty strong angle, but one that's normally flashed, and Elian already falling back, leaving it up to Krad on the hold. He gets an initial headshot, and he'll get away safely.
1 minute left. Smoke into a CT cross has prevented Krad from really assisting his teammates up into the B ramp. So really Forrester has to hold on here. He needs a couple of kills. He's got one. He gets the second as well. He's blinded and just about ducks down and gets his second kill. And now they clear out the defense of the B side, but it's just Fame. And oh, he goes for the bomb plant, but Krad runs right through the smoke. Gets the kill, secures a round for Entropiq, and it's all Forrester there. He had no help. He had to do it all himself, and he does really well.
And I always think of Forrester as one of those players who is really good in those spots where you have to get the positioning right, where you have to make that smart play. He does a great job at just staying alive to get those 2 kills on separate angles. And then it was also some really well-timed aggression from Nickelback, actually. He pushed A long just before that B play came in, so he was able to flank down mid. He was able to call to his teammates that they should start rotating over to that B site. So even if Forrester didn't overperform, they still had a chance at rotating over in time, but they didn't really need to. Forrester did a great job on the hold, and now Fame just has this hero AK in this round. He's been feeling it so far, so definitely can understand giving him this gun and seeing what he can do with it.
They're running up into the B site, looking to pressure through window. Fame just getting quickly in with a headshot. Rifle is under pressure, now the AWP just pushed from so many sides. There's nothing you can really do about that on defense. And K23, what an answer back in this round. They overwhelm the B site, and for Entropiq, their money is not good enough to warrant an attempt back into the B site. It's difficult to get back into at the best of times. So you definitely don't want to risk running into the next round with absolutely nothing. So K23 with a perfect response, and that's going to give them 6.
And if you're Entropiq there with that setup, you really need one of those B players to be getting that early kill or that early information towards mid, just so that you can have a chance to stall out the defense, to stall out the push and be able to hold the site a little bit longer. But unfortunately, you see Forrester's just having to fall back towards the site itself, and that allows K23 to kind of force this fight and dictate where the fights are happening. And then when you've got an AWP supporting, it's not easy for Lackey there when he knows he's exposed from so many different angles. He basically just has to try and commit to one side of the fights. That doesn't work for him. K23, it's a well-executed B play at the right time, and it's put them in a position where they could really start to run away with this now. If they win this round, Entropiq could be in trouble. Molly out to long early. Fame will extinguish it. And this time, Entropiq haven't been able to hold on to A long early. Nickelback's having to play from the bomb site.
Krad has really been loving this short aggression. We've seen up in towards Catwalk quite a few times, and can he get anything out of it? Norbert's looking for the headshots, and look at that peek. Well played between Krad and Forrester. Generally, we'll see the synergy between those two players really work wonders for them. They have lost that initial kill, though. It's back into the 4v4, but Krad has just walked all the way up into T-spawn, basically, at this point. He's going to hear this rotation back from the B site. He's going to hear the footsteps if they don't go quietly. He's in a great spot to deal with it. Now he's going to hear those steps. There's no way he doesn't hear that. He's going to be calling that to his teammates. Look at the A defense right now. They're going to bolster that. But oh, Krad, he can find the bomb. And he has. He's taken down the bomb and spawn. And now K23 have to hit the panic button. Everything is falling apart for them with 35 seconds left. Nealon has picked up the bomb. But if they walk into the A site, which is their only option right now, Entropiq know what's coming their way.
24 seconds, and this does feel like a bit of a desperate push into the A site.
Oh.
As you pointed out, the CTs are ready. They haven't hit that first shot on the cross, though, so Bomb has a chance here. Oh, Nealon's dead on the site, though. That's going to be it. It's over. Mo has to fall back. He got a nice kill on the flanking player. He gave them a bit of a better chance, but once Nealon goes down on the site, the time is too far gone. Mo forced into the save. And this goes back to something we were talking about previously, which was that Krad still goes for that aggression occasionally, but it just feels much more well thought out now. And when he goes for it, it's just so much more rare that it's not something you can expect every round, but it's something that is catching their opponents out much more now, which I think is great for this Entropiq team.
Mo, he's going out long early to try and get a good start here, but utility is enough to dispel him. They're trying to get this opening fight. They really want to eliminate Krad in towards short. We've seen a lot of these early under tunnel takes, but Krad has been winning the majority of those fights, at least walking away with an impactful kill or two. And again, it's short play that's worked out, but this time it's Lackey In from the mid doors that has taken 2 players out for K23. Not a great start for the Kazakhstan team. Everything is crumbling for them. And it really does feel like that problem area is the mid doors and the Xbox. Entropiq are doing a really good job at holding down that area. And once you lose 2 players, the whole round's difficulty level just increases to nightmare mode. Under a minute left in K23. They think about going to the B site. We've got to test Forrester, who has been passing loads of these tests. And now he's even got Lackey in to help him out.
And you definitely see how much of the early round emphasis is put on that mid position from Entropiq. Lackey is normally one of the B players, but he helps mid initially. Now Kratz push through mid, so they know it's likely a B play. And Forrester gets the early info to set up Lackey for success. He's trying to buy time for the rotation. Flash comes in, and Lackey closes it with a quad kill. Beautifully done by him, finally getting some frags on the board. And Entropiq are now starting to slowly work their way back into this map.
Wow, lovely stuff there from Lackey. I think once the problem area has been short for so long, it's easy to get tunnel visioned on the T side and really try and focus into that short area. And because of that, Lackey is given a window of opportunity while they're distracted and focused on getting up over the top of the Xbox to take his easy kills. And that's just Krat conditioning them in the previous rounds to believe that short is never theirs. And Elian holding in towards middle. It's just Glocks now for the T side. A few deagles there on Norbert and the Dread. But for the most part, you should be seeing a nice clean round come in here. Elian's trying to take some mid-fights. He needs to be careful. I never like when you have to re-peek 3 times. If that's the number. If you have to re-peek a 3rd time, just don't do it, I think. Even against Eagles, especially at this level. These players can crack your skull right off, and luckily, Brad is holding down into short. That smoke goes down and really does make things difficult for the T-side when you're running through it. You've got Brad on the other side of it. He's doing well. He's got another one. He's also got Nickelback to help him. But these Deagles, they're doing some work now, Alex. They're really getting close to the site.
Nickelback has to try and respond from A long. That's a flank from Forrester, though, which will help. And even there, Norbert lands another shot. Thankfully for Entropiq, they have so many players surrounding him that there was no way he was fighting his way out of that one with the Deeg. But good damage for K23. And that could be a consideration as we get into the latter stages of this first half. Entropiq having to spend a lot of their money, making sure they get those guns back into their hands. Now we get this buy from K23. Mo on the AWP has slowed down slightly. I think it would be nice to see him getting involved a bit more in some of these early fights, but the smoke will obscure his vision on B.
Oh, it's Incendiary deep in towards the tunnels. That's going to separate Norbert from his teammate. There's no one close peeking, so as soon as that molly starts to fade away, Mo and Norbert can once again play together. And oh, the timing on the peek is perfect! Norbert hits in with a flashbang, and Forster's completely caught out of position. They've even got Nealon, who's pushed through the mid doors. Lackey's done a good job to get one, but gets tritted out immediately. And Nealon now doing a good job in mid as well. All he needed to do was cut off that rotation, and now without a quick supply of players back in to hold the B site, it's a done deal for Entropiq. It's K23 with a nice round here. It's going to put them up to 7.
Yeah, I really like that call from K23. And it goes back to, again, nothing too fancy, nothing too crazy tactically from the K23 side. I think this is what they normally have their best success in, is just finding what they think is the weakest spot of their opponents and then trying to exploit that with good, solid team play, good, solid trades, and fast pace onto the site. And I think they've realized that the standard setup for Entropiq is oftentimes leaving B so much weaker. And in this round, Forrester is not in a position where he's ready on the hold. So this time his positioning out in the open means as soon as those flashes come through, he's in trouble. And as that sole B defender, You've got to be doing more than that. Otherwise, the round will be going against you. So I like the adaptation from K23. They'll go back to that B bomb site. Gets them a 7th round win. And now, if K23 can win this one, they've got a real chance here. And Mo's just landed the shot on the cross.
And that has given them a really important opening into the round here. Entropiq's money is on the line. It's breaking point for the CTs, and getting dished out that early damage and the early kill is giving K23 an unbelievable head start into the round. Gonna throw some utility down into Xbox as well. That's gonna negate the problem of the ult, but they could have actually found the trade kill. I think Elian was poised and ready, and you often can rely on him, but at Forster realizes some aggression might be needed, a risk needs to be taken. It doesn't work out for anyone. Nealon and Norbert both getting their kills, and this round surely is a done deal, but that might just be the bit of magic that gives them a chance here. A collateral from Elian. The mid-peak needs to work out for him. He needs the kill, and luckily, Elian delivers everything. It's Nealon and a Dread left now, trying to hold on. And Nealon has found the headshot. That puts it all on Elian. I think he realizes, even though he's an absolute animal, not enough was done from the rest of the squad. And he's got to run away. He's got to save that AWP. And K23 are going to find 8 rounds to play with.
Oh man, the fact that Elian even puts that in a position where one fight could have changed the round from his teammate at the end there. If Nickelback's able to win that duel in the tunnels, that would have put them in a great position. That would have given them an excellent chance at the round, which I was not expecting whatsoever. Such a shame from Elian's perspective. After doing so much work, there's that shot on the cross though. Mo lined it up really nicely. Waited for the jump through and didn't even have to move his crosshair. And then Elian just able to beat that smoke for a second. You think that the round could collapse from K23, but their B site takes have been good so far. That continues to be the case. Now it's up to Elian with that AWP to try and be the hero yet again in this round. His teammates have very little to work with.
We came close in the last round. Never count him out, that's for sure. The Dren, he'll be running out long. Adren is one of those players you can give a lot of responsibility to, and in general, he will be able to get a lot for you. He's been a little bit quiet here on Dust2, but some of the roles on the T side he's had, it really does rely on experience and knowing the repetitions and what's the right call, and there's a lot of responsibility on Adren. And luckily, he gets that long control, but it's Mo and Pit that gets the kill. Elian goes down, and that's the danger man out of play. Now they have to pick up that AWP and run away. And K23 again, it's Mo getting them these entries. Definitely makes things easier.
Oh, Lackey forced away. Pushes come through the mid doors from the CTs, but it's not going to help them defend the A-bomb site. Lackey looking for something. One shot lands, but he's instantly traded. And this time that ball can't be recovered by the CTs. They're just going to see if they can look for this kill onto Norbert. He's already trying to fall back, though. He's got a smoke to help him. There's a player coming from tunnels, though. Oh, Krad does take his opportunity. So there's an AK into the hands of the CTs. That'll be one more weapon for them to work with into the last round of the half. But 9 rounds for K23. Already a pretty solid T side for them.
It's been great so far from K23, and again, it is Mo who has impressed me the most in terms of the entries he's been able to get. I don't often look at the artwork on the maps. I didn't really notice that one. Looks like a skinny Mitch man.
Mitch has the curly hair.
Not anymore.
Oh, does he not?
No.
Oh, I haven't seen him in a while.
It's gone now.
He left to go cast some other game. I think it's like Fortnite or something. I don't remember. I just know it's some game that's for kids.
Well, yeah, he's changed his hair up as well. So yeah, he's looking like a normal dude. It's kind of unnerving, to be honest. But we'll see. We'll see if he returns to his old degenerate self as we return to the server. It's Forrester getting a kill onto Fame, and Mo also going down, and Elian trying to hold on to the B side. There's a lot of pressure now onto this AWPer, but Close quarters. He's going for the no-scope. Hasn't worked for him. Norbert. It's actually Nealon who takes it. Natran tries to get out mid, but he has been a little bit lackluster in terms of winning aim duels so far. So Lackey comes out of top of that one. The two-man advantage for Entropiq. They want to try and close out with a 6th round, and they're getting the best chances for this. They're even doing damage onto Norbert. Finally, the bomb will go down. They do have the advantage in the retake, but it's all about these kills, and luckily for Forster, he's got pristine aim, and now Nealon, with all of the players trying to hunt him down, he gets away with 2 kills in the round, but it's a 6th for Entropiq, and I think that's a much-needed 6th round. If they don't get 6, I don't feel comfortable about the second half for Entropiq, but I think if they get a pistol win here, they can still recover this.
We get a bit of an adaptation, a bit of a reaction from Entropiq in that last round there. Willing to play more passively on B, willing to play more for retake on that site that had been a big problem for them up until that point. Obviously, getting those early kills elsewhere helps tremendously in that, but still nice to see Entropiq finding a way to win on that B site in the last round of the half. And now we'll see what they can do on their T side. Definitely a game that's wide open. As you said, that last round gives Entropiq a lot more to work with, but K23 going for some aggression straight up mid.
Oh, Mo trying to take fights at top middle. He's done a little bit of damage there into the chest of Crowd, but no one going down yet. Finally, first blood is drawn. It's Norbert's aggression up short, finds the lower tunnel fight. And Entropiq, what is their call? Do they up the pace? Do they try and take that long control? The answer is no. They're going to go slower. They leave one player out there, and that's Lackey. But it looks like Entropiq want to go elsewhere. Maybe this mid play. Nealon would gather that info quite quickly, and Adren is watching towards long. He's got Mo over at Goose as well, so they know they're not fighting long. And eventually we'll spot multiple players now pushing into middle, trying to put pressure onto Norbert, but their defense aren't crumbling. There's no hole in the defense. It stands strong. And finally, one kill comes in from Entropiq. It's Elian that's been able to find it at long range with the P250. The Glock's not exactly great at fighting long range like this against USP, so Lackey would love to get a bit closer. They're getting held back. They haven't been able to get close enough really to make the most out of these Glocks. And finally, the P250 comes over, much better at these long-range fights, and Elian gets his headshot, the second of the round, and the Glocks can now get closer into the site. Entropiq have turned this back into a 3v3. But look at Adren. He's close behind this box, just waiting for his time to strike, but it's Elian who has found a headshot. Fame has hit the deck, and Elian's doing everything for Entropiq. He really is the star of the show at the moment, but Lackey at least trying to help him. He does it, and Elian closes with a 4K. That pistol doesn't happen if Elian isn't on the server. He just does everything right there.
And now we're starting to see some of those impact rounds that Elian's capable of. There's a reason why he is such an important player on this team. There's a reason why he's their highest rated player in the last couple of months. He's been really important for them, oftentimes on that AWP, but this time in the pistol round, he comes through with massive impact. That's why you give him the P250. It pays off. And now Entropiq have a good chance at getting off to this strong T-sided start. Flash into long, Lackey able to hold, although Elan's able to get one while blinded, apparently, with the Deagle. So back to a 4v4. K23 not doing a bad job on the initial long exchanges, but got to be aware of Crad coming in from short and the long play at the same time. That's going to force them away, and I think that should lock in the round.
Okay. Nice shot from Fame, and bomb plant delayed for a little while. Eventually it will go down, and Adren sitting in CT spawn. It definitely still looks like Entropiq should be comfortable here. But Adren's going to go for the jump shots. Land the first body shot, not landing the second. If that was on Nickelback, that's the kill, but fortunately enough, Entropiq had health on the A site. And with that time ticking, there's a fallback from K23 starts to come through. They've got Kevlar, they've got Deagles. Smoke there as well to save over, so at least they'll take something into the next round with them. But Entropiq are now just one round away from tying things up on the board, and taking a look at the economy of K23, you definitely believe that to be the case in the next round. And this is what I was saying coming out of the first half, Alex. You know, when you get a team, get 6 rounds on the board, in general, I don't feel too uncomfortable about that. You know, with a pistol win, they can be right back in things, and Entropiq, they've done that. So they just want to wait for tying things up. And the game is once again fully open.
This is what we were expecting coming into Dust2, honestly. Even though it's K23's pick, we were sitting here saying this could be a very competitive map, one that really does go down to the wire. And Entropiq will be the happier of the two teams with that fact, because with Nuke coming up as the second map, I think that is almost a guarantee for them. So if they could steal Dust2, I think they've got a really good chance at the 2-0. And this round would have to be a steal from the K23 side. They only have a few pistols to work with. Again, a couple of Deegs, but not much else. Some utility round the corner should help. Oh, in comes the swing. The MAC-10 now jumping round. And nice shots from K23. Elian's only got the USP out. He's got to hold this down, but Lackey's here to help. And the Molly will make sure that they don't get overrun.
Nealon's trying to wrap around low, and with just the USP though, he would need a better weapon. He's got to find one on the battlefield. He's got to find it before Lackey spots him, because that AK will take him out of play immediately. And Nealon goes into the smoke, luckily comes out of it with an AK. He's got 5 bullets in it though, so keep note of that. Goes through the smoke, can he hit the headshot? He can't, and it's going to be Lackey on the headshot. 9-9 as we tie things up. Definitely a little scary for Entropiq when they walk into their stack like that, but they recover it.
Good at supporting utility from Forrester really helps that. The nade to soften up the first player, the molly to make sure that other player can't push around the corner. Nice reaction, realizing there are a lot of players stacked in that spot. Here comes the buy for K23. Double up setup for them. Nickelback just taking that AWP away for the long spawn before giving it back over to Elian, who's shown us what he can do in the last couple of rounds. Bit of damage done onto Mo. They're landing shots through these mid doors early, and it looks like Entropiq will be absolutely fine getting that mid control. That's something that K23 had to work hard for in quite a few rounds, but Entropiq are going to get it much more easily, because K23 is sitting much more passively across the map.
Such a great amount of time still left, and not a whole lot of utility left for the defensive side, so map control becomes quite important, and Fame is going to get in towards the tunnels. He hasn't quite gone for the aggressive play around the corner yet, and Forrester's about to come into him. This is exactly the play Fame was hoping for. Forrester was setting up utility, trying to fake out the B hit. Then Entropiq, now that they've lost that player into the tunnels, really doesn't leave them with too many options to fall back out of Catwalk and go for the B split again. They can somehow work with that player of Crad moving forward. He can maybe try and wrap it down, and this is really a weaker attack now. They don't have that tunnels presence. They've got to go up into the B ramp, and because of that, they've got 2 players who can now take tunnels control for the CT side, and that just adds so much weakness to the attack now for them. It's just getting shut down. Adran comes in, but finally some kills come back in for Entropiq. They get the important frags at just the right time. There was 10 seconds left once they got those final kills, and the bomb plant comes through, but they've got to hold on to it now, and it's just one player looking to do that. Lackey, I think he needed that one quicker on Norbert, and he hasn't been able to pick it up. Taking damage, is down to 20 HP. He's crossed over back into the site. He has cover, he has boxes to play with. Luckily for him, there's no utility left on for the retake either, so they can't throw HEs in, they can't limit his positions. They've just got to move together, and Lackey can turn it into 1v1s. He gets one, but no chance for the second. Mo on the rifle makes it work, and K23 are back into the B site.
Oh, so close from Lackey. And as you pointed out, if he gets that early kill, it's a completely different story. But instead, Norbert survives on 20 health, and that means he can just run in first, basically as the information gatherer at that point. Basically as a decoy to figure out where he's playing from and allow Mo the opportunity to trade, and Mo didn't miss the mark. So K23 take a 10th round win. But look at what this does to the buys for both teams. Both sides having to take some weaknesses. This is a key round here from both teams, and long control's already been taken early by the Ts. So much on the line in this round.
Yeah.
There's just no money for anyone.
I've had an economic crash, Hawker. It's a terrible situation to be in, but see if there's any sharks in the water looking to take as much as they can out of this.
Look at this aggression on the minimap on the B side. It's completely cleared out.
Look how far up they are as well. Fame just didn't stop, just kept running, and now he's wrapping around into a spawn as well. He could get this flank going quite quickly. If his teammates can hold on to the A side, this could be real nasty for Entropiq. They know what's coming. The A-long execute begins to come through, and Adren looking to be cheeky on the edge of these smokes. He gets through, it gets away with one, but they go back quick on the trade. That does give them a chance to get into the site. Some good utility being placed right now by K23. And that does buy extra time for Fame to start this flank. He's really being tentative in his approach, and because of that, Forster and Elian have now got kills, and Norbert only manages one. And now the flank has been spotted. Somehow Fame is making this MP9 work. I do not know how. He's getting these kills. What is that from Fame? The MP9 should not be able to do that.
That is unbelievable that the MP9 can get so many quick headshots, so many quick double dinks.
What is that?
Oh man, it looks so good for Entropiq. Look at all these kills. K23 had the site stacked. You think it's all over.
How?
And then Fame just goes ahead and just bursts with the MP9 for so many headshots. That must have been like, I don't even know how many headshots. I don't even want to count Dinko.
Must put a red dot sight on his MP9 or something. That is just ludicrous. I don't think I've seen something like that before. That is just wild. But now Entropiq, they're down to the Glocks and a Deagle because of that. It looked like they're around. It looked like the scoreline was about to be tied up and the money would be broken for K23, but Fame. Unbelievable. My jaw is still on the floor, Hawker. That was just something to marvel at. And we do have a moment to really think about it and let it sink in, because this is a terrible situation for Entropiq now. Just Glocks as they try to their best. It's Forster who did have the Deagle and actually has got a kill out of it. Maybe there's something on here. They can get a bomb plant. They don't have any upgraded weapons. They haven't been able to scavenge anything. So with that bomb going down, that's at least a win in their eyes, right? You get a bomb plant, you get some extra money for the next round, but anything other than that, it's ludicrous. You spot the shadow here, Nealon, as well. Another kill from the Glocks. Damage there from the mid position as well. They're all over the place right now, but the T side should eventually start to drop like flies, and they do. They get cleaned up in the end, but they get 3 kills, nearly coming out with more than that, Hawker. So I really am just shocked that that even came that close, but money at least confirmed for Entropiq.
Nickelback was just trying to coordinate that drop down with his teammate towards the mid doors. I think it was Crad, but they got the timing slightly off on it, so Nickelback kind of ends up dropping by himself while Crad isn't quite ready to peek yet. If they get that peek at the same time, maybe it's enough of a distraction to allow another kill. Maybe you get into a position where it's actually winnable, but eventually K23 clean up the mess. As you pointed out, though, bomb plant makes a good difference for Entropiq. They can now get a perfect buy across the board. And long control easily taken by Entropiq again, this time with a man advantage. Elian finding that pick through the mid doors onto Adren, who's been having a tough time so far in this game. Now K23 need a way back into this, but look at the bait. Jump round the corner, baits the crosshair away, and Elian takes an easy kill against the Orb of Mo.
Oh, brilliant headshot from Lackey, making the defense crumble quickly, and Entropiq needed this response. This is a reply that needed to come through after such a heartbreaking round a couple ago. They needed to come back with a strong statement, and they've done that very well. It's going to be 10 rounds for Entropiq, and this really does recover the economy. You know, you get a bomb plant, you keep 5 alive. It was looking like, you know, another round away from just being back down to pistols, but with that round win, their money can be good for the next round, and K23's is quite the opposite because of how much damage has been inflicted over the last couple. So Entropiq could actually turn this into an equalized scoreline again. They do have that chance. They're even trying to get rid of the final weapons here. No mercy for K23. They want to get rid of them. Want to take down each and every rifle to really make it impossible for a chance in the next round from K23. No kills coming in though. Eventually, it is going to be kills, but it's all for the CT side, and finally they get it. It's Elian that comes out with a 4K again. This guy is just insane.
That makes sure that K23 are put in a terrible position. Fame there missing a couple of shots initially. It was very awkward. Eventually started getting some kills, but Elian knows exactly where he is at the end. Swings on towards him. I was about to say, K23's money is so bad that they may just have to take the risky force buy, and that's what they've gone for. Oh, and Forrester's already found that early kill.
The likelihood of not only tying up the scoreline, but Entropiq taking the lead if they win this round now, because of the investment from K23, is very likely. Norbert, can he be the player to give them some important kills back? He was perched up on the ledge, but a good flashbang has sent him back down into CT spawn, and here comes the walk into the B site. This is the best chance for the CT side. It's a 3-man stack over here. Mo will be the first man with a scout. Entropiq are committing to the Lion's Den. And these pistols, they can definitely make this work. As Mo gets the first shot off, but it's not going to happen. Elian with the first, and the body shot's not able to come through here from Finn. He crumbles, and everybody goes down. Brilliant take that from Entropiq. Not a single chance for K23.
Nothing doing for the CTs in that round. Entropiq stick together and just win the early fights that make it much more difficult for the CTs on the hold. You see Flame trying to turn away, but he does so as a player's peeking towards him. Entropiq make it so that there are never any crossfires. Despite that full stack on the site, it all turns into 1v1s. So well worked by the Ts. And now K23 have to just try and go for something a little bit crazy, because they have 5 USPs and basically no chance of winning the round. They're really just looking to see if they can somehow find a kill, or any sort of success in this round would be an upside.
Poor Lackey. They're running at him. Eventually we'll get his kill. Elian, this is ballsy to stay there. Try and take fights close range of the AWP, but he had faith in the rest of his teammates to clean it up, and they get the AWP as well into their hands. So there is the tied up scoreline. And now a great chance as well for Entropiq to take the lead, because you look at the buy from K23, they will be able to get rifles out. They're not going to have a comfortable buy in terms of getting that AWP out with all the Kevlar, no utility really around it. Entropiq are giving themselves a huge chance now to really storm ahead here. And in fact, I like the call from K23. They are going to concede the lead, but they realize we most likely just need weapons and utility, and that start can't help matters. Or hurt matters. Certainly helps matters.
Oh, Forrester just rushes out A long though, and Adren wasn't ready. He had his back turned, and now this A site looks really vulnerable to the push. Forrester's going to be that first man running on up. Milan's sitting on the other side, seeing if he can do something with this D. The molly hasn't spread to him. How is he still here? Milan gets away with the headshot. Lackey able to trade him out, but Fame got one from CT, and all of a sudden, Entropiq could be in trouble.
And this was all about saving money for the next round to compete in the next one, but now they're going to win it. Down to the 1v2, Krad has to pull off some incredible antics. That time is ticking, so Krad just staying alive is a problem. He's got long, he does have that corner. They can't get close to the site, and Krad is going to hold, but peeks into the AWP that was found by Mo, and because of that, he will crumble. The bomb was not planted for Krad, so he could not fall back and play the post plant. He realized he had to just stick around and try and fight them. And in the end, K23, they come out with a ridiculous round. It's a miracle for them, and that puts them back into the lead. And Entropiq, a little red-faced now. That should have been theirs. They should have been in the lead.
Oh, man. Fame
Brilliant.
able to find that angle from CT as they just focus fully on that player on the site. It's still a close game, but it is a nice round win for K23. They're going to focus fully on long early. So many players looking to lock down this position, but Entropiq have most of their players over towards B. They need to make sure they don't lose that early player on the B site. Looks like Fame will be surviving, so they can start to rotate their CT forces back elsewhere now that they've got that long control.
Oh, Mo is going to spot them crossing over in towards Xbox. Can't really do much about it. Hasn't been able to get that opening kill. Often you will see Entropiq allow Forrester just to have that solo play into the tunnels and Krad to move up short. He tries to force the issue and take that fight on ramp. He did get the fight he was looking for, but no one really comes out on top of it. Krad, once he misses the first couple of shots, better to fall back, but look at this aggression through tunnels. Will it work out for the CTs? Oh, Mo, the timing works perfectly for him. Forrester just walked behind the pillar just at the wrong time. Mo was able to spot him going that way and was ready for the kill. And now it has given the man advantage to K23. As soon as they get it, they just fall back into the site as well. So more pressure now on Krad to be successful on this push out into the site, but it's not going to be. Adren from Goose has got the kill, but it's the B play at the right time. It was some distraction in towards short and in towards middle that allows the B hit to come in.
And now K23 is so far removed from this B bomb site. They're finally starting to try to get into position, but they only just picked up their first piece of utility, a single flashbang to try and get this retake going. There's a case to be made for the save here, but they're looking for fights. Elian falls back. The Orb seeing what he can do. He's not found any fights yet, but he's not going to need to. His teammate Lackey takes one, and that should be the round done and dusted. Nickelback seeing if he can just get the final kills through, but the round is over. It's Entropiq who are going to tie things up. And at least K23 just about get away with 2 AKs. That's going to help them continue to buy into the next, but what a nice round from Entropiq, just able to get onto that B site with ease thanks to a bit of misdirection.
The start of the round certainly didn't look easy for them, but that is what makes a great team, is their ability to stay focused and composed in those kind of rounds and figure out what's the best path, what options are still available, what way out can we find, and they find it. And now Lackey starts his run out in the next round towards a long. He gets behind blue. He hasn't got a teammate with him, but he has taken that control easily. That's going to cost a lot of utility for K23 and a lot of time as well. They're going to be focusing on just one player while the rest of the squad start to move over towards B, and this could work out. Lackey's gone down, yes, but it has given the chance now to make it into the B side. Fame spraying away. He's managed 1 second from Adren helping him out, and the defense is held strong on the B site. It was looking like Fame was about to crumble, but this is beautiful from Adren and Fame playing together. Finally, Adren goes down, but Fame finds his revenge, and Elian is about to walk into spawn. And there's a play here. Elian's got to be quick. He was so ready, but Norbert is far quicker and obviously not moving, which definitely helps matters. And 14-13, K23 win one of the most important rounds of the game so far. This game really is down just to these final few rounds, Hawker. What a game of Dust2 we're having.
I'm so glad we're seeing Fame show up too. We were calling for it. He's hit 30 kills as we go deeper and deeper into the rabbit hole of Dust2. And that round could have been so different if Lackey could have sold that fake on long better. Adren was rotating away initially, but because Lackey gets taken down and they get long control, Adren rotates back just in time to help. And now Entropiq have to fight on the back foot here in round 28 as well. Krad's been taken down on the initial mid peaks. It's a 4v5 that Entropiq have to turn around. They have at least got this mid control, so they trade Krad's life for some control, but they've got to be ready for these close angles. Mo's low on health, he gets flashed off, but they might not be ready for that player close by. Norbert's still just sitting there while his teammate Mo continues to just draw the attention away, and in comes Norbert. Easy swing onto the first man. Both CTs low. Lackey able to trade it back.
Yeah, Lackey does get his kill and now running forward. Lackey with another one. It's just Lackey though, with it all to do. The ace clutch needs to come in for Entropiq to find a 14th. And as much as Lackey is a great player, this really does feel like it's verging on impossibility. He's got to smoke everything off himself. He's got to do the double smoke cross. Luckily, there was 2 smokes available for him. Does he even go with it? But such limited time, he doesn't really have any other options. And they have crossed over now to Car. Lackey starts to fight out that Car spot. Still thinking he's there, but look at that quick dash in and out. Oh, poor Lackey. No chances for him here. 20 seconds left. This has to be the immediate run up onto the site. He's still got 3 players around him. He's still worried about Car. There's no one even there. What a play there to get in and out. Beautiful stuff. And in the end, it is going to be Fame with another headshot. 15 rounds for K23. Dust2 looks to be, again, the nightmare for Entropiq.
Oh, that's so frustrating for Krad because you're running up mid, relying on your teammate Elian to hold for you, relying on your teammate Elian to land the shot so you can be safe. Doesn't happen for him. And then at the end there, Adren just decides he doesn't even want to take the fight. He just wants to waste Krad's time. Oh, not Krad's time, sorry. Lackey's time. That's a shot from Mo, though. Straight up mid. Elian out of there again. K23 just need 4 more kills to take their map pick. It's been a hard-fought battle here on Dust2, but it's looking like K23 might come out on top at the end.
How many entries is Mo going to get here in towards mid? This might just be the last one. As you said, it might just be the win now for K23. And the B hit from Entropiq. The B split looking to try and finish out this map is Mo. He's got another kill. Lackey's hit the deck. Nealon finding kills elsewhere. Fame has been fantastic in the B side, but Forrester, he started with a scout headshot, and the Tech 9 has come in for a quick kill now as well. Bomb plant starts to come in. Forrester's found an AWP instead. For K23, they're going to send 2 players into the tunnels and just 1 outside of the B site. Norbert will be waiting for his time to strike, maybe with the distraction. He throws some utility in. Forrester blinded. Amazing utility being used now in this last round as Nico back with everything to do in the 1v3. Out the window, Norbert falls, but he cannot get his follow-ups. It's K23 who pull off the retake and pull off a win here on Dust2.
And this was a much-needed win for them on Dust2. A really close map, but we're not sure how they're going to be able to do on Nuke, on the second map. So we think they needed this win here, and man, it was hard fought. There were a bunch of moments where that game could have turned. I think that B hold from Fame may have just been the deciding moment in that one. That felt like the moment that K23 just about started to come through, started to win those rounds, and take it over the line.
Yeah, another day of great Counter-Strike being played by K23. It's not like Entropiq were really off the mark, right? They got another slow start, which definitely could have made the difference. And then over on the second half, Fame, like you said, just closing out over 30 kills. MP9 clutches coming in from long. Some of the most ridiculous moments out of Fame that really made the difference here on Dust2. But after the break, we've got another map coming up. It's going to be Nuke for Entropiq. Going to see if they can bounce back in their second map. Otherwise, this could be a 2-0 upset. So lots of work for Entropiq to do, but Nuke should be a much more comfortable ground. We're heading there after the break. You don't want to miss it. We'll be right back after this.
После закрытых квалификаций немного моральная составляющая у нас упала. Но мы сейчас в стадии восстановления, и мы готовы абсолютно к любой команде и готовы побеждать. Да, готовы с ними встретиться. У нас как раз группа вместе с ними, и вторая игра против Entropiq. Да и в целом мы готовы к нашей группе. Но на первое место я бы поставил Forza или Entropiq. Вот одну команду из них. А на последнее место Микс Хан, который с Ваней Эдвардом. Экс-Марлен, я с ребятами не знаком, но я смотрел их последние игры, они показывали нормальные результаты, поэтому я считаю, что они достойны того, чтобы Quantum Builder Fire подписали их. Если сравнивать 2 состава, Доси и Эдварда, то я, наверное, выделю больше состав Эдварда, потому что там ребята уже более сформированы для соревновательного Counter-Strike. И я считаю, что команда Хан более заслуживала слот в закрытых квалификациях, чем состав Доси. На этом РМР-турнире я не считаю, что здесь нет слабых. Каждый чем-то силен, и они это докажут на сервере.